everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys my top favorite items that I buy on the Beautylish website and items that I recommend to you. If you guys have not heard, today is the beginning of the 4-day gift card event on the Beautylish website, and I had somebody reach out to me on the comment section on yesterday's video asking me if I would give some suggestions on products to pick up during the Beautylish gift card event, and I was like, why not just make a video about it? I think it's a great idea, and I feel like it's a great way for me to kind of give you ideas of products that I 100% absolutely love, like without a shadow of a doubt. So if you guys haven't heard of the Beautylish event, I will leave all of the details in the description box down below, along with links that you can click on all of the products that I'm talking about in today's video. But the Beautylish event starts today. It goes for 4 days, and basically it's the gift card event that if you spend $100, you get $20 back in a gift card, which is awesome. As I was going through the Beautylish website, there's a lot of products that I love, but I wanted to kind of narrow it down just to give you some ideas and maybe a reminder of, oh yeah, that's something I need to pick up. So I wanted to kind of shorten the list down to like my top favorites that are on the Beautylish website. Okay, first things first, we got to talk about Sonia G Brushes. I love Sonia G Brushes. They are some of the best on the market in the natural hair. I love my Rephr brushes. I do. Rephr is amazing too. But every single time I get a Sonia G brush, I fall in love. Of course, I recommend all Sonia G brushes. They're all so uniquely made, and she puts so much thought and effort into every single brush that she creates. So if there is a certain shape that you are wanting, or maybe you need a blush brush or whatever it is, you will never be disappointed in a Sonia G brush. But I wanted to give you my two top favorite Sonia G brushes. Like, these two are like my absolute favorites. The first one, well, I can't say that. This one is a part of my favorites too, but it's been out of stock for a minute. So I can't really discuss this one because it's been out of stock. But if the Master Face ever comes into stock, you guys will love this. This thing is amazing. Now, the other brush that was in the Sky face set, this is my #1 favorite brush from Sonia G. This is the Soft Cheek brush. This is the brush that changed my life because I always wondered what everybody loves about the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder from Charlotte Tilbury, and this was a product that I wanted to love like everybody else, but I just couldn't find that right way to apply it until I got this brush in the Sky Face set from Sonia G. These two together absolutely blew my mind. I love to take this brush, go in, tap off, and apply the finishing powder right here in this area. You can instantly see that it just smooths everything out. The reason why I've got 2 of them is because I also love to apply a little teeny bit of highlighter. This brush applies everything just softly on the face. So I recommend using it on anything that you want just a little bit of. You don't want a lot of. Now, the eye brush that I absolutely love is the Mini Booster. This is one of those brushes that I love when I'm wanting to do that small detail work, or if you're somebody that doesn't really like to blow out your shadows very far and you want to keep it right there in the crease, this Mini Booster is fantastic blending brush that's smaller and more direct. This Mini Booster has a little teeny dome on the top. The way that it blends eyeshadow is just fantastic. It's a more controlled brush. And so if you're wanting to do a little bit more detailed work in your crease, this Mini Booster is fantastic. Okay, so let's move on to a few products from Goss. So I could not find the lip liners where you could buy them separately. I don't know if they're just not available separately anymore. I'm not sure, but I love the lip combo that I'm wearing right now. This is one of my like go-tos. I love to take the lip liner in the shade Sepia. So this is Sepia. It's just a very, very nice formula where it's pretty long wearing and it just looks really beautiful and blends really pretty into the lip. And then my favorite lip color from him is the shade Camellia. I love this. It is so pretty. It's almost like a really beautiful, beautiful peachy tone. And I love it. It's such a gorgeous nude. So I will line my lips with Sepia, and then I will go in with the shade Camellia. Then I grab the gloss in the shade Hibiscus. The shade Hibiscus is actually sold out right now. It's more of like a really pretty, like high shine shade. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that shade is. It is such a beautiful gloss. I love these like high shine lip glosses. I think they're so pretty. So the shade that I want to pick up that is in stock is the shade Tulip. And it kind of has that real pretty metallic finish, kind of like the shade Hibiscus. I love his lipsticks and the more shimmer lip glosses. I have a lot of the like lip glosses that have no shimmer, so I didn't really pick any of those up, but the shimmer glosses, so pretty. So the next product on my list is something that I briefly spoke about in my September favorites. This is from Good Molecules. These are the caffeine energizing hydrogel eye patches. I love these. So you get 60 of them, which is 30 pairs for $18, and they are fantastic. I use them every single day, and I put them right along here, and I wear them while I am doing my hair and getting ready to do my makeup. I try to leave them on for as long as I can. I just love how they give my under eye just a little bit of that extra plump that I want throughout the day, and I feel like they give that moisture. What I love to do is I love to put on my favorite eye cream and put it all over my eyes and then go in with the eye patches, and they just give such moisture to that area. That area is so delicate, and I have just decided they're going to be a part of my everyday routine. I got to protect the skin because the collagen is getting less and less and less every year we age, and so I want to try to keep them healthy as much as I can, as hydrated as I can, because they're kind of a jelly patch and they don't dry up. Like I mentioned in the September favorites, I used to love the ones from Wander Beauty, but they dry up after like 10 to 15 minutes being on your under eye. These from Good Molecules, I can leave them on for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and they do start to dry out, but it takes a long time for them to dry out. So they are fantastic, and I highly recommend them. Okay, so the next product is the recent palette from Tom Ford, the First Frost. I love this palette. It is so beautiful. Like, this palette is every reason why Tom Ford palettes are gorgeous. This First Frost is so pretty. It is so pretty. You guys, it is so pretty. And if you have been wanting to pick this up, perfect timing to take advantage, or pick it up during the Sephora 20% off sale. I'm assuming it will probably sell out pretty quickly. But this is a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I do not think you will ever regret getting it if you want to spend $88 on it. I know it's expensive, so keep that in mind. This is not a necessity. I'm sure you have beautiful palettes in your collection, so this is only if you were really wanting to pick it up. Also, you know, for those of you that've been wanting to get the Balm, the First Frost Balm, by the way, it is available. I'm just going to tell you, it is in stock on Beautylish, just FYI. Okay, let's move on to a few products from Charlotte Tilbury. The Magic Cream. I love the Magic Cream. I can see why everybody loves this. So this has almost replaced my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. I use this almost every single day as my face primer before going in with my foundation. I love this. I see why everybody loves the Magic Cream underneath their foundation. It allows my foundation to just really melt into the skin, but never being too heavy on the skin. And I love it. I do. I have to recommend it because it is a good product. I don't use it at night. It's definitely more of my day cream. And obviously, I use my moisturizer that has my 50 SPF in it in the morning. And then I let it set on my skin for a while before I go in with, you know, the Magic Cream underneath foundation. But it is a great primer. It's a pricey primer, but it's a great primer. The thing that I love about the Charlotte Tilbury, it's kind of similar to the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. This is very concentrated. Only need a tiny bit. In fact, to do my whole face, I dip my finger in and I grab about this much. It's super concentrated, and a little bit goes a really long way. If you've been wanting to try the Magic Cream, or it's a great time to stock up, I would recommend getting it on the sale. It's fantastic. The other product I wanted to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Bronzer. This bronzer is gorgeous. Originally, when I bought the bronzer, I didn't buy the brush to go with it, and I kind of regret it because I was watching Lisa D1 several months ago, like back in like the maybe early spring, maybe early summertime. She talked about how this brush applies this bronzer and how well they pair together. And she thought like I do, she never buys the brushes that are sold with new products, whether it's a bronzer or foundation or whatever, just because a lot of the times it's not very good. Now, the only thing I will say that I don't love about this is that it's kind of one of those rolled up ones, but this is the perfect brush for the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Bronzer. So if you have the Airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury and you don't have the brush, buy the brush. It's so good. It is so good. The way that this applies bronzer, so what I like to do is I like to tap into it like this and tap off. And then I kind of just do this, like stippling motions. I'm going to apply too much bronzer, but I do this and I like dab it into the skin like this, just dabbing it. And then once I dab it, I rub it, I blend it out. It is the perfect density to apply It is the perfect density to apply the bronzer, and the way that it applies this bronzer, fantastic. I've been using this brush constantly with the Gucci bronzer. This one is so pretty, so I've used it with other bronzers. It really applies bronzers beautifully. But there's something about the way that these two pair together. If you have the bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, just try the brush. You will fall in love. It's fantastic. Okay, now I also wanted to mention the Charlotte Tilbury palette. So this is a great time to pick up the new Bedazzled palette. I love this palette. In fact, I'm wearing this right here in the center of my crease and on the lower lash line, just this shade. I've been reaching for this palette so much recently, and I am just absolutely loving it. I love the overall colors story. I love the way that they blend. I just think they're so pretty, and it's such a great time to take advantage and pick it up. I have to mention the Dazzling Diamonds. I freaking love this palette. Recently, I uploaded an image on Instagram of a look that I did with this palette, and I used majority of these shades, and then I grabbed this matte right here on the end just to kind of deepen up the outer corner. This palette is so fun. So fun. Yes, it's getting a little hard panned, so I've had to take tape and go over top of it because it's just those type of textures where they're those crushed pearls and those crushed pigments. Oh gosh, I love this palette so much. I do. I have to admit, I do love it. It's gorgeous. So pretty. Okay, let's talk about the La Mer foundation. I recently talked about this in my September favorites. I first bought this in the wrong shade and did not like this foundation one bit. But I love it. Absolutely love it. I see why people love this foundation. I finally got it in the right shade, and I love the way that it looks. I'm not wearing it right now. I'm actually reviewing a new foundation right now. So I'm wearing a new foundation and a new concealer today. But this is amazing. It really is. I see why people love this. It's stupidly expensive, but if you buy it, you're only paying $100 for it because you will get $20 in return, but I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to briefly mention it because I do really love that foundation. I also love my Holy Grail Tom Ford Stick Foundation. I love this foundation. It is, it's so skin-like, and I'm trying to decide what foundation I love more, the Tom Ford Stick Foundation or the Chanel Le Beige Foundation that I just recently fell in love with. These are both fantastic foundations. This one's a little bit more natural. This one I would say has a very soft, like satin finish. But this one is very like radiant, but also sets down and just looks very beautiful throughout the day. The thing that I will say is even though it comes in a stick, it lasts a long time. I have not repurchased this. Yes, I have two shades, but I always use the shade Shell Beige, and I have been using the crap out of this foundation, and I still have a ton of it left, like a ton of it. So I don't know. It lasts a lot longer than I thought it would, and It's a great foundation. I just wanted to mention it. So those are it. I didn't want to go on too much about, you know, there's so many great products on the Beautylish website, and I just wanted to share a few that I love and would 100% recommend. Sound off down below. Let us know what you guys love from Beautylish, because like I've always said, your guys' input, comments, your suggestions are just as good as any other creator coming here on YouTube and telling you in front of a camera. Your guys' input is so amazing, and you guys help me so much. I love your guys' suggestions. So sound off down below in the comment section. Let us know what you guys are going to be picking up during the Beautylish gift card event. And like I said, everything I mentioned in today's video will be listed in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.